And so thank you guys so much for sitting down with me today to talk about the transformation of your trauma into your triumph.
I am a survivor of childhood sexual, physical, and verbal abuse. The perpetrator was my biological father. And unfortunately, my mother did nothing to protect me, and she is still married to him.
So with me being a victim of childhood sexual assault from an early age and knowing the family structure I had, one of the things that I deal with and talk about often is how in the black family structure, we have this thing whereas we don't take things outside of the home. And in my opinion, and I want to see if you have the same feeling, that silencing the victim is almost like it's as if it's a re-victimization. You had to deal with a parent that was dealing with substance abuse.
Yes.
And I want you to talk about how that affected your childhood.
Well, I didn't really have a childhood. When my mother was, using crack and things of that matter, at that time my father wasn't in the home, and it was kind of left on me to take care of my brother and sister. She would be out all hours of the night, and when she was home, she would sleep all day. And, we pretty much just played outside or had to kind of fend for ourselves in a lot of times. So, that in a lot of ways, it made me grow up and worry about things that I should not have to worry about as a child,
How do you feel that it affected the way, A, that you saw the world, and B, how you viewed men in terms of what you thought that you had to deal with or the things that you had to go through in order to have what you imagined to be a good relationship?
So for one, I saw the world as cold, of course, because my home was hell. So it's when you experience hell at home, it's really, really hard to see the world, in a positive light.
And so I want to ask you about your rock bottom in that relationship. When did you know that it was time to go?
It was the public setting that, he was so comfortable, talking down to me, yelling at me. Oh, you better look me in my eye when I talk to you, and things of that nature. Then he even slapped me in front of his mom one time.
Dominique, do you feel that part of your growth and part of your healing, if any, had to do with the fact that you had to somehow forgive those you felt responsible for putting you in a place that all of this happened for you?
Yes. I had to forgive, because if I didn't forgive, I saw what it did to others. With me being introduced to church and with me being able to kind of get the tools to figure out how to forgive.
So, forgiveness is a part of the healing process, and I'm still healing.
Yeah.
But my struggle is with, now that I am a mother of two, it just becomes more of a struggle as I get older, because it's like, how can my mother not want to protect me?